Hey everyone, and welcome to this new video. In this video, I would like to introduce you to my new door automation right after the intro. Enjoy! So I have already automated my door in another video with a Nuki door lock. You can find it linked up here again in case you haven't seen it yet. Additionally, I have installed a switchboard with which I can operate the door handle and thus also open the door downstairs. However, this is always a bit cumbersome. You have to take your phone with you, you have to pull it out every time, go into the home app, control it, and so on. I wanted to make this process a bit easier somehow. To provide a few more options, I have also attached a keypad which can be stuck somewhere and allows you to assign a pin. You can also assign temporary pins and then unlock the Nuki door lock with the keypad. I did this right here in front of the door, so now you can simply enter a pin like 2001 and the door will open automatically. Additionally, I have added a door closer for door security. I have also installed it on the door. This means that the door now always closes automatically. You can unlock it and then the door remains closed until you push it open. Previously, the door would automatically spring open just a little, which meant that when you opened the door and it closed again, it wasn't guaranteed to be fully shut. And finally, I wanted to somehow recognize if the doorbell is ringing. On one hand, to perhaps send a notification to my phone, and on the other hand, to try out an automation where, when I come home, I don't open the door immediately, but have a certain time slot, for example, 5 minutes, during which I can press the doorbell, and then the door at least automatically opens. So I can go into the hallway and then unlock everything with the keypad. To build this, I needed to somehow detect whether the doorbell was pressed. For that, I took a closer look at our doorbell, which many of you have also asked about. Unfortunately, our special Jira doorbells cannot be easily modified or have anything added to them, as the whole system operates through an encrypted system. But what is special is that when you press the doorbell, a sound is heard and the door opener button starts to blink. And I wanted to take advantage of this blinking and use a brightness sensor, which I would basically just stick right on there, to detect that the brightness has changed so drastically and that someone has probably rung the doorbell. So I did what I said and ordered a package like that for a few euros, tested the whole thing out, and then soldered it. It's not complicated. I'll put the code in the description below if you want to replicate this. Just a small Arduino that communicates with my Home Assistant via MQTT, so I thought I would simply explain how I built the whole thing. I have the door sensor here, which uses MQTT and Node-RED to monitor the brightness values. If the value is greater than 100, a virtual switch is activated in Home Assistant, indicating that the doorbell has been rung. Then, I send a notification to my phone via a Home Assistant automation, informing me that someone has rung the doorbell. Additionally, there is a second automation that is triggered by my iPhone via HomeKit, as well as a virtual switch from Home Assistant. However, it is only activated when I am arriving home. I also read this value with Node-RED, so when it is activated, I wait 5 minutes and then turn it off again. This way, I have this 5-minute time slot after I arrive home. And then there is a third automation in Node-RED that checks if the doorbell has just rung, so is the first virtual switch from Home Assistant activated, and is the second virtual switch from Home Assistant activated. By the way, I just got home. If these two conditions are met, meaning the doorbell has rung and I have arrived home within 5 minutes, then the door will automatically open downstairs, and the second switch indicating that I have just arrived home will be deactivated again. Thus, you only need to ring the doorbell once and the door will then be opened via the switchbot, which I already hung on the door in the last video. And a second switchbot is activated when it gets dark, as this one then turns on the hallway light. So I can come home, press the doorbell, the door will open, the hallway light will turn on, I can go upstairs, and then open the door upstairs with the Nuki keypad. And that's basically it with this automation. If you have any questions about MQTT, Node-RED, Home Assistant, or HomeKit, it's best to check out this year's Smart Home playlist. I have already made a video on each of these topics. If you have any further questions, feel free to write them in the comments. I look forward to answering them, and I hope that you enjoyed the video and that it may have even helped you. If so, I would greatly appreciate a rating. We'll see each other again in the next video on Wednesday at 1:00. Until then, take care and goodbye.